Hi everybody, this is Jerry Kiesewetter from Felton and Selbyville Holly Kia. Thank you so much for joining us today on this episode of Holly Kia TV as we take a look at the 2020 Kia Sedona minivan. Now, I know that SUVs have been getting a lot of the attention these days, and our Sorento, Sportage, and Telluride models are selling like hotcakes. But if you have a large family or need to move around a lot of cargo, nothing beats the practicality of a minivan. The Sedona comes in 4 trim levels, starting with an L, which has a seating capacity of 7 passengers, moving up to the LX, which seats 8 passengers. Moving on from there, there's an EX trim level with seating for 8, leather trimmed seats, larger wheels, and some additional technologies. And then at the top of the line, we have the 2020 Sedona SX model, which is what we're going to be looking at today. The SX has all of the bells and whistles that you'd expect in a premium minivan. So I'm really excited to take you around and show you everything today. What I want to do is walk you around the outside of the vehicle, point out the exterior features, and then we're going to move to the inside and I'm going to point out all of those interior features for you. So let's jump right into it. One of the first things you're going to notice as you look at this car is this tiger nose grille. That's a characteristic across the Kia product line. The SX comes with dual LED headlights, and it also features LED fog lights. The entire Sedona platform is powered by a 3.3-liter V6 engine. The engine produces 276 horsepower at 6,000 RPMs and is coupled to an 8-speed Sportmatic transmission. Moving around to the side of the car, you can see the Sedona SX features these 18-inch alloy wheels. You have your side mirror, which is a folding mirror, a heated mirror, and it features turn signals built into the mirror as well. Your door handles feature the smart key technology, which lets you lock and unlock the doors using just your thumb. Back up to give you a look at the side angle of the car. Move around the back. The SX features an automatic smart liftgate. Move around and show you the van from this angle. Let's move on to the inside and look at some of the interior features. As you enter the Sedona, you can see that you're greeted by this lovely two-tone door. Comes with memory seats for up to 2 positions, power windows, power door locks. This model features the Harman Kardon premium sound system. The lower portion of the door offers a map pocket as well as beverage holder. Take a look across the front seating compartment of the Sedona. Very nice two-tone leather seating with an orange stitching. Driver's seat features power seating with lumbar support. There's also power seating on the passenger side in this SX. As you get into the driver's seat of the car, you're going to be greeted with a set of buttons on the driver's left-hand side. This first button here is the dimmer switch for the dashboard display. Next to that, we have Kia's Lane Keep Assist, which is part of Kia's DriveWise technology. This technology alerts you to traffic in your blind spot when you try to make a lane change. This button here is Kia's Lane Keep Assist. That's going to help you keep the vehicle centered in your driving lane while you have that activated. This button here is to activate the 115-volt power outlets that are in the car. If you want to use the power outlets, make sure the automobile is running and you have this activated. This, of course, toggles on the traction control system for the car, and down here you have your gas release button. Taking a look at the steering wheel controls, on the left-hand side you can see controls for the audio system of the car. This also operates the Bluetooth telephone system, or if you choose to use Android Auto or Siri with Apple CarPlay to use your phone, you simply press that button to activate that. Moving across, you have the Kia logo in the center. On the right-hand side, you can use this series of controls to activate and use the cruise control function. This is the smart cruise control, which is another Kia DriveWise feature, which allows you to maintain a safe distance between you and the vehicle in front of you. This button here allows you to scroll through the informational screens presented on the driver's instrument cluster, and this would be how you make selections. Simply scroll and push to make a selection. The instrument cluster, you can see everything is very clearly presented. On the left hand side you have your RPMs as well as your temperature gauge. In the center portion there you have a warning that's telling me that the side door is open, but that is also where you would scroll through those informational screens that I spoke about and make selections using the wheel that I showed you. On the right hand side, of course, you have your speedometer with fuel indicator, and as you can see, we're pretty low on fuel, so it's time to put some gas in this car. The stalk located on the right side of the leather-wrapped steering wheel controls your windshield wipers. Moving across, you see the SX is a push-to-start model. Take a look at the infotainment screen. Yes, I understand that we need gas, but I'm not gonna need that navigational feature right now. See your navigation screen. If we go back to the home screen, you can see all of the menus and the many features that this vehicle is equipped with. You can also see that Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are available, and Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are available across the Sedona line. The sound system features AM, FM, Sirius XM, HD radio, and Bluetooth audio. If we move along here, you'll find the volume controls and the power button. This would be the tuner to change channels, and you have a row of buttons here that you can use if you would rather use buttons than the touch screen. A lot of people find this one-touch access much easier. Down along here you can find your climate controls. The SX features tri-zone climate control, where you can control the driver's side, the passenger side, as well as the rear passenger's climate system. Looking down here, we have both USB inputs and auxiliary audio inputs. The USB input would be where you would plug your phone in if you want to access Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. There is also wireless charging in the SX, so if your car will allow for wireless charging, simply lay it on this mat and you can charge your phone. Moving back, we have our leather-wrapped gear shifter in the SX model. This car features an 8-speed Sportmatic transmission. Now with the Sportmatic transmission, you simply shift into drive, bump the gear shift over, and you can cycle up and down the 8 speeds as if you were driving a manual transmission car. Gives the driver a lot more control over the driving experience. Over here you have your cup holders for the driver and passenger. This button would activate Kia's cross-traffic alert system on the parking cameras. We have driver and passenger heated and ventilated seats, so not only do the seats warm, the seats are also ventilated to keep you cool in the summer. Have a heated steering wheel button. This is the auto hold in case you're stopped for a long period of time and want to take your foot off the brake. That allows you to do that. This is your surround view cameras. You turn those on right there, and I will show you the way the backup system with the surround view works. So typically with a surround view or with a backup camera, you might be familiar with this screen where you can see your parking guides That's going to help you park your car. But the surround view gives you an aerial view utilizing cameras that are located around the car, and you can take a look at all of the different zones around your car using those cameras that are available to you. This button gives you a picture of the entire surrounding of the vehicle. Continuing on around to the passenger side, you can see you have a glove box at the top of the dash. There's also the glove box built into the bottom of the dash. Give you a look at the passenger's door, passenger seat. One of the things that's really nice in this model is the buttons on the side of the passenger's door, which allow the driver to easily control the passenger's seat without having to reach all the way behind there to try to make an adjustment. Moving on to the center console, you have a compartment here that raises up, offers some storage for sunglasses or other items that you might want to carry, and down inside here is where you would load DVDs for the optional dual screen entertainment system that's located in the back of the driver and passenger seats. Moving up to the top center here, you have controls for your dome lights, as well as your power sliding doors and your smart lift gate. This is the control for opening and closing the sunroof. I'll show you, yes, this car does have a sunroof. You would use that button to open and close the glass. Pull that handle and let's take a look in the back seat of the car. Moving into the second row of the Sedona, you can see again we have that leather seating with the two-toned with orange stitching, carries into the back of the car. Armrest comes down. The seats also recline, and you can move them forward and backwards. Getting in, you can see this second middle passenger area can easily be converted to an armrest that features cup holders for both backseat passengers if you only have two backseat passengers. Looking at the center console down here, you can see that the backseat passengers have access to some storage space, USB charging. Here's one of those 115 volt power outlets that I mentioned earlier, your cup holders. The back of the driver and passenger seat feature these flat screen entertainment systems. You can use those to connect to Wi-Fi. You can stream or mirror from one of your personal devices, or you can use the connections on the back. There is a USB port, an HDMI port, as well as AV in and headphone jacks. You can even stream your favorite episodes of Holly Kia TV. The back of the seats are really nice. They're made of a very hard plastic, which is going to resist any marks that your children might put on them if they were to kick the seats. Also features cargo netting type of pocket on the back of the driver and the passenger seat. I also want to point out that your climate control is located on the passenger side of the second row, right in the ceiling here. The back seats also offer sunshades to keep it nice and cool in the back. That's also a feature that's available in the third row. Accessing the third row is as simple as taking this and sliding the seat forward, and then you can easily get into the third row. As I mentioned, those sunshades are available in the third row. as well as cup holders and another USB charger. Now you can operate the trunk either by pressing the button right here, or you can use the button on your remote. Simply hold it down and the trunk opens on its own. Now I'm going to show you how easy it is to stow these seats into the floor of the very back of the van. The third row of the Sedona can be stowed into the floor to maximize cargo space. It's as easy as pushing the seat forward, pulling the seat back. Again, you repeat for this side. Push to release the seat back. And fold it into the floor. On behalf of all of us at Holly Kia, thank you so much for joining me for this walk around of the 2020 Kia Sedona. If you would like to set up a test drive of this vehicle, visit us anytime online at www.hollykia.com. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We love making these videos. It's lots of fun, and hope you enjoyed it. Have a great week.